Series 20. I can't believe it's 20, chaps. We're back. We've had 3 months off and we're here 14 minutes from the start of a live show doing the intro for the 20th series.
First guest of the series, former, bear with us, Newport, Oxford, Liverpool, Real Sociedad, Tranmere, Republic of Ireland International, Sir John Aldridge.
Some unbelievable... Have you just given him a knighthood?
Yeah, you can have what he wants, John.
Are we in that position now? We're dishing out knighthood.
We can do what we want.
Left, right and centre. But some unbelievable Republic of Ireland stories again. I love them. I think we need to get a whole squad on. World Cup.
I think the side of the pitch, 94.
Yeah.
That is one of the most iconic World Cup moments ever. Not like Skilacci's goal or I don't even know anymore, Maradona handball and all that. That's bollocks.
Yeah, no.
When fucking Aldo is fuck off to the linesman. That is proper football for me.
The club official with the yellow cap on is legendary.
But once again, we have to say a massive thank you, huge thank you for sponsoring not just this episode but the entire series, O'Neills Sportswear. Links in the description. Get yourself involved. You can get yourself one of these.
I think a congratulations is in order because this is actually a small and you have lost that much timber.
Yeah.
It's hanging off you.
Yeah. They're looking after us, aren't they? They've got some great guests in. And they've got some O'Neills curtains as well this year. Do you want to bob them on and we can...
Oh, I fucking lost a couple of rounds, have we?
Tents. It's got tents as well if you want a tent. Model by.
That's out of order, that. I think it's out of order ourselves.
Curtains is all right, isn't it?
But on a serious note, we've got 12 minutes now.
Yeah. Right, shall we crack on? And listen, thanks once again for coming back and hope you're going to enjoy this series.
One more thing from me. Check out the European Tour videos, please.
Mr. John Aldridge.
The last thing from me is not lost that much, it's black. That's the only reason it looks as though he's lost quite a bit, and it's not small, it's mine. Fat twat.
How many have you done, lads, over the last few years?
300?
Maybe we're going to
Have you?
here now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Trying to think who we've had on. Teammates. Bruce Grobbelaar, Jason McAteer.
I've seen Jason's one, yeah.
Dom.
Are there any of the Irish lads that I played with?
Mick McCarthy.
Mick, yeah. Mick's got, he's very dry, Mick. He's funny, though.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Was your manager, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sound, Mick. Mick's a good lad.
This could be a blag. Winner of Celebrity Singing Show in Ireland.
Did you?
Fuck me, that was hard. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, fucking hell. And it was when I stopped, I come out of football, around about 2004 or 5, whatever. And I used to raise money through golf for Temple Street Hospital in Dublin. And they asked me to go on this song. I said, I can't sing. Angie, I can't sing. Don't be that. She hounded me. And one day, she called me with me guard down and went, I'll go on, I'll do it. But I didn't know Louis Walsh was a judge. And it went live 5 nights a fucking week.
Live?
It's like the one we have here, yeah. No. But I didn't know because I didn't have RTE.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking tough. So the first one I do it, I can't sing, I'm fucking shit. and I fucking sung. And next minute I'm going, yeah. And the first 2 nights you had to do 2. And I'm left with Louis Copeland and Roddy Collins. And I'm thinking, I'm out here again and I'm out.
Were you praying to get kicked out like thinking,
well, I'm fucking, I'm done. I'll have made about 5-10 grand for them. I think that'll do. and the fucking minute they fucking went, they're out. And I'm going, shit. And I ended up, they kept on keeping me in.
5 weeks?
They kept me in for, no, for 2 weeks. The hardest thing I've ever done. Because I can't sing. But obviously, you played for Jack. You're very well liked, you know what I mean? And whatever. And they just kept on voting me in. But I raised over 200 grand for them.
Oh, could you pick what you wanted to sing, or were you?
Yeah. So I just had to
Crowd
keep it
pleasers.
easy as fuck. Know what I mean? The Beatles and all the easiest, Johnny Cash and all that shit. Know what I mean? But yeah.
Did you go with the attitude of, I know I can't sing, so I'm just going to give it me bollocks. I'm going to give it
initiation.
everything.
It's nervy though, because you couldn't have a drink beforehand, but I had to. I fucking swear I was shit scared.
I think I would be.
No, I was shit scared. So I said to the lad that he used to get me some wine and just slip it to me and fucking like that. And I'm fucking really, really tough. Or I'd sneak out and go to a pub and have a couple of pints of Guinness beforehand. Yeah.
So to be fair,
it's really hard, honestly.
There's a mad singer,
and in the
isn't
end, I lost the words to Johnny. I lost the words. It's the one that Liverpool singing, and I end up going, and I'm going, because I fucking couldn't forget that, because me and them went, burning ring of fire and all that. So anyway, I said, look, if I carry on, I'm going to have an autocue, because I don't even know any songs. And no one knew that, but they stuck an autocue up there for me, because I was fucking unlucky.
Karaoke.
Yeah, so karaoke.
But you won it.
Yeah. I didn't make a penny. Give me a couple of Versace shirts, a suit, and fucking couple of things, and that's it. But it was great to know that when I went in the last day, the day before the final. Talk about humbling. I went in to see all the kids. Heartbreaking. Really heartbreaking. It really got me the day. You're seeing the kids that you're helping, and the problems they were having, and the families. So it was. It turned out to be probably the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, but when I seen that at the end, the money, what it went to. Yeah,
it is mad, isn't it? Because I personally couldn't think of anything worse as well. But stepping out your comfort zone.
Oh, but that's
straight
it.
in the deep end. And
spot on. The comfort zone had just gone. I'm a footballer or manager, whatever, but fucking proud. I'm not fucking sing about it.
When you see the results as well, you look at it and what people are going through, then you go, what am I getting nervous about here? I've also got to do is go and sing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It was live on telly, though. It wasn't, they couldn't cut it. You'd gone live. And all these the Irish are great singers. All these can proper fucking sing.
But were it like a bit like a testimonial though? Do you know, like a testimonial? You all play nicey, and then somebody scores, and then you think, well, we'll try a bit harder. Were it like that? When you got nearer the final?
No, I just wanted to go. No, I didn't care about winning. They were all better singers. I wanted them to win it because they could proper sing. They were brilliant. I was shy to just was there to try to raise money for the kids. And I think the people of Ireland probably got that. That's why they kept me in as well. And if anyone who played under Jack could have done, they'd have been kept in as well because that's the way we were thought of in Ireland. For what we did to the country. Quarterfinals of the World Cup and the Euros, when we beat England, obviously that was mega in Stuttgart. And then obviously the World Cup in 94.
Yeah. Could you sense the lift that it was giving the country, especially 94? Because we spoke about it before, like the economic crisis and everything else in Ireland.
Yeah.
And then it just seemed like at 94, the World Cup happened as it was coming out the other side.
Yeah.
And like when you got off that plane afterwards.
Well, I seen the difference when I first got there in 86. Dublin was like Liverpool. It was dying on its backside. At the time, we were suppressed by the government. Anyway, Liverpool, to what we had to put up with. And we didn't help ourselves with the governing body at the time. So we struggled Liverpool. And Dublin, when I went there, I could see loads of similarities. And by the time 88 came, when we got to the Euros, you could feel the lift.
Yeah.
When we beat England in Stuttgart, and when we came back, after nearly getting to the semis, we were only 5 minutes or so away from getting there when Holland beats us 1-0. We got off the plane. I've never honestly, it was unbelievable the reception we got. And then the same was in 1990 when we got to the quarterfinals. And 94, even though we should have done a lot better, it was the weather and what went with it. We couldn't cope the way Jack played in 94. We played like the Gegenpressing. And we were the first team, I think, ever to do that, really, from the back to the front, what Jack implied. And as basically, it was was really hard to do. For me as a striker, I wasn't a striker, I was a runner. And then when you went over there with the heat and the humidity, you couldn't breathe. The lads couldn't really breathe. And that caught us up in 94.
I was just going to say, what's your favourite Jack Charlton story?
Jack was brilliant. Absolutely loved Jack. But when we got to the quarter final of the World Cup, before the quarter final, Jack had promised us on the plane. We had a character called Mick Byrne. He was a physiotherapist, but he was more of our father figure. Like, he was brilliant, Mick. So he said to Jack on the plane, Jack, if we get the quarterfinals or better and we play Italy in Rome, can you get me to see the Pope on the plane? And we're all laughing because Mick's so funny. And Jack went, yeah, Mick will get you and everyone to see the Pope if that happens. So anyway, we were playing Romania in the last 16. And as it happened, the winner of that game on the Sunday plays Italy in Rome the following Saturday in the quarterfinals. So we're playing the Romania game, and it's really warm. And for me, after about half an hour, I got this injury, and I'm thinking, shit, I couldn't run. And I'm thinking, well, they had a player, Hadji, who was brilliant. And I regret this. Just before half time, I thought, I'm going to take him out for the team here. I'll take one for the team. I've got to stop him because we won't win with him on the pitch. And if you go on the internet and look at Aldridge, Hadji Tattle, it's fucking horrendous. This day and age, I'd have been signed. I'd put in prison. It was, I don't know what come over me thinking, and the referee just booked me. Anyway, I come off at half time, and anyway, it went to penalties. So I'm sitting next to Jack and taking the penalties. Cass took the worst penalty ever seen. He miskicked a big clunk of earth come in, but the goalie dived over the top of the ball. and it went to the last penalty. Paki Banner made a great save. I think it was their fourth penalty. So the last penalty, I'm there with Jack and Dave O'Leary's got the ball. And I'm thinking, fuck me, not Dave. and I looked at Jack and Jack's going like that. And I said, are you all right, Jack? He went, no, although he said, I can't get you to see the Pope. He said, I hope he fucking misses. That's typical of Jack Charlton. Laughing. Anyway, Dave took a great penalty, and next minute we're in the quarterfinals. So on the Wednesday before the Saturday game, Jack took us to the Vatican, and we had an audience with the Pope. He organised it. We all met the Pope. I've got pictures on my phone with the Pope and all of us. And the Pope was Pope John Paul, probably the best Pope ever lived, in my humble opinion. And what a great day! It was.
So he did sort it for you to meet the Pope.
He done it. That was on a Wednesday. So on a Thursday, he's sensing we're all like, do you know when a game's biggest game, the quarterfinals, and we're all edgy, tense. And I remember me, Big Paul McGrath, and the lads, we're in the foyer just talking and having I think we might have been playing cards or so. And Jack come in, he said, lads, would you fancy a bevy? And I said, that'd be nice, Jack. He said, come on, all outside, get the lads, come outside, you can have a couple of pints. Because Jack was one of those who believed that, and it's a big drinking culture. But if anyone was drinking Coke, he'd say, don't drink that fucking shite. He said, get yourself half a Guinness. There's more goodness in half a Guinness than the Coke. That's what he used to say. So we went outside, and anyway, it was great management because all the press were there. The Italian police were there. He was safeguarding us there. And we're having just a couple of pints of Guinness. And the police are going, what the fuck? 48 hours to play in the quarterfinals. Had a couple of pints, only a couple of lads. Oh, hit a couple. You know what I mean?
It's always good. Save one for later.
So anyway, so we lined up, and Andy Townsend said, "Shall we get Jack on the penny game?" Now you've probably seen the penny game. You had a penny, and like we'd always instigated me and Andy. So I'd go, "You go first," Andy said, "Yeah." So you get a penny and put it on the head, and then you slap your head like that and see how many times it takes to knock the penny off. So it was say Andy done 3, and we were all clapping him. Then I done 4, and then we knew Jack, being Jack, I want to go. So Jack says, "Andy, what's the game you're playing?" So he told him. He said, I'll have a go at that. And Jack's really competitive. I swear to God, he's so competitive. He said, what's the record? He said, Andy said, it's 3, Jack. He said, I'll fucking beat that. So he's standing up like that. And the police are there going, what the fuck's going on here? And all the press and media there. So Andy got the penny. And he said, you ready, Jack? He said, I'm ready. He takes his cap off. It's 80 degrees. And he gets the penny and he goes like that, puts it on his head and pulls it off. So there's nothing there. And everyone in the press are going, fucking hell.
Has he not realised?
Jack's not aware. He thinks there's a penny there, isn't he? So anyway, Jack's going, right, lads, the first one, he come round like that and he goes, boom, nothing. We all go, 1. He goes up and he goes, bang. We all go, 2. Even the police are going, 3. The police are taking the fucking piss out of Jack as well. Anyway, he hits his head 3 or 4 times. Next minute, he's just going. And then all of a sudden, he realised he went absolutely brilliant. He kept running. He chased Andy for about 100 metres before he gave up. It was class, by the way. Oh, but we know what it did, all joking apart. It took all the pressure off us.
Yeah, relax.
Because when it gets to that in football terms, you want the game in the next hour, you want it because you're dreading it a little bit, but you can't wait for it. It's a funny feeling. Great management. You know, we're athletes. A couple of pints did there's no harm. And to be fair, we got beat 1-0. Scalacci scored for them. God rest his soul, by the way. And it was we did well at the end of the day.
Do you think on that, the fact that it were Ireland and not England? I mean, imagine the English press if that had been whoever were the manager then. The lads who got slaughtered, wouldn't they? Different attitude back in Ireland.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like if the England manager doing that in a World Cup and letting lads have a couple of pints.
Been the reason they went out.
Yeah.
Say we're playing on, I'll tell you a story, for instance. He let us come out and have bevy and all that on a Sunday. He wants us to get it together on a Sunday and we train Monday afternoon. Anyway, this we took it to the limit this day. We're playing Turkey in 1990. And I come over from Real Sociedad at the time. And I got there for Sunday afternoon. So we all get there. Most of the lads are there. So we have a bit of Sunday dinner and then we say with a bevy. And said, we'll go to Malahide, which we always used to go to Gibney's in Malahide. So we went to Gibney's, me, Quinny, Ray Out and Ronnie Whelan and a host of the lads, about 10 of us anyway, something like that. And we stayed there. We ended up line dancing. There was line dancing night. We're fucking line dancing at 11 o'clock at night, by the way. Having a great time. And then Quinny says, come on, we'll go into town. So get a few taxis, go into town. What time is it? 2 o'clock. Then we went down to Leeson Street, which was open till 6 in the morning. So we went down to Leeson Street. Bearing in mind, we're training 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon. So I remember coming out of Leeson Street 6 in the morning like that. I'm with John Sheridan, and as we come out, me and Shez go, fuck, the light's out. The sun's out. You've been in a nightclub, haven't you? So Quinny says, come on, we'll go down by the Liffey. We'll go and see the doctors. There's the place where you can have a full Irish and a couple of more pints. So we just go with the flow. Anyway, we got back to the hotel about 8 o'clock. We're training at 2 o'clock. Oh, you should have seen the fucking training, by the way. Someone's got the ball, you're running up. No, if it came to that, and you duck. Your head was pounding. It was ridiculous. Anyway, that's on the Monday. As the doctors were coming in the place, and we were in the doctor's place, they're going, Jesus, you're playing the day after tomorrow? What time is it? Anyway, we played on the Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock. The score was Republic of Ireland 5, Turkey 0. Honest, I scored a hat-trick, right foot, left foot header. It was like petrol to a fucking car. I tell you what, honestly, we were outstanding. The lads were brilliant that night. It's nuts, isn't it, when you think about what the science goes into the game. Yeah. It's wrong what we did. But what Jack did on the Tuesday, on the Monday, I think he stressed that on the Tuesday, when we train, we're trying to really go for it. We feel guilty. Know what I mean? So you're pounding. And he's saying, no, stop. No. You leave your energy for tomorrow. So he must have realised, because we're wrong. We've done a wrong thing. So psychology, reverse psychology type of thing. Brilliant management.
But he'd not give you the curfew, had he? So you're not really doing anything wrong rule-wise, but
you
you
think-
probably
yeah.
have, haven't you?
And it's red rag to a bull making training 2 o'clock on a Monday
Yeah.
for the lads, innit?
Well-
we've got to go out, haven't we? Got to lie in tomorrow.
That was only so Jack could come over on a Monday morning, get the ferry over. And what he used to do, he'd stop off at like 2 or 3 pubs early on. No, it was a Sunday night, sorry, he'd come over. But he'd stop off at like 2 or 3 pubs on the way, and he'd go in with Morris setters, and he'd say, right, 2 pints again. He said, I've got no money, would you set the check? And they say, of course, Mr. Charlton. So he'd write the check out for like, I don't know, 10, borrow me some money, whatever, knowing that they're going to take that check and put it behind the bar.
Yeah.
So he'd have 3 free pints, and he'd come back with like about 50 quid to sort him out over a few days. Jack was canny with the money, by the way.
Just a couple of pints as well, because, getting to 20, 30 quid, they might be cashing it in.
Yeah.
A tenner, spare out wall,
Yeah,
innit?
souvenir.
Yeah.
So you can go in the pub, you'll see his checks in some pubs in Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, it's class.
Sneaky, that, isn't it?
Clever.
Yeah, very.
Jason Vacatia, when we had him on, he said, is it right? Did you get in trouble with your mum for the swearing?
Oh, yeah. That was the first time she ever really, that I know of, that she seen me swear on that mad occasion, yeah. She's religious, my mum. I'd never swore in front of my mum and dad. Obviously, you're a kid, you swear outside, don't you? Learn all the bad habits.
Yeah.
And when that happened, she wouldn't go out for 3 days for a pint of milk or a loaf because the neighbours. It's the old-fashioned thing, isn't it?
Mm.
If you've seen all the expletives that came out my mouth, fuck me. You were bad with me. Fucking hell, you were bad with me. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know the cameraman was on me. And when I seen it afterwards, I went,
How many million people watching?
fucking billions around the world, wasn't it? It was live all around the world, yeah.
Can you tell us the story, like from how you saw it?
Well, what actually happened, we're getting beat 1-0, and we're frustrated because we just beat Italy, the Giant Stadium, and we 1-0. And we're playing against Mexico, who we think we can win, because we beat Italy, you can beat them. And they were good, but people tend to forget the conditions. They're used to it. They just from round the corner, the Gulf of Mexico, and so they could handle that. And what I said before, the pressing that we used to do with Jack, in them conditions, and the humidity more so than the heat, you couldn't recover. The lads couldn't recover. So we're getting beat 1-0. Garcia scored the first goal, and then Jack says, "Jace, Aldo, warm up." I said, "Jack, it's fucking 85 degrees." I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was quite funny.
Are you 36 at the time?
I was 36, yeah. So obviously I knew, I was lucky to be there. So we're warming up, and then we go on. And as we're going to go to 1, Garcia makes it 2-0. So straight away we think bollocks, because we thought we could get a draw, you know what I mean? And so we're at the sideline there, and board goes up. Tommy Coyne comes off. Tommy, and I should have gone on, but Jason being Jason, fucking Jason. He's on before me. All right. So Steve Staunton, Stan come off. If you ever see Stan, he's like a turkey cock. He was red raw. Stan.
Can't imagine they were great temperatures for Steve Staunton.
but he frazzled. So he come off, and I go on. Next minute, the linesman said, "No, you're going nowhere." Something like that. And I'm going, "What?" So I'm sort of like stunned. I'm thinking, what? So the game started. So we're 2-0 down, and we got 10 men on the pitch. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? That can't be right, So, and the ball didn't go out of play for a while. It stayed in play. So in which time I've lost it. And you've seen the evidence there. I'm banged to rights. I just lost it and went into when I don't know what it was, like a kid, just went berserk. But I was really concerned that we were 2-0 down, 10 men on the pitch, and I'm a Scouser, but I'm an Irishman as well. And I was, the way the game had panned out, we were all, sort of not just disappointed, we were frustrated. So that's what happened. But Jack got involved. When I got on, I got a goal made. I thought it was a consolation. But after the game, Tony Cascarino comes on, and he's going, "Aldo, yes." And I'm going, "What the fuck? We got beat 2-1. He said, "No, that's like a point. We don't have to draw against Norway now," which I didn't know. fucking hell. I said, that's all right then. Let's go for a bevy. So we celebrated because it was like in the end it was a defeat, but we're still in the frame big time. I got fined $2,500 for the outburst. They didn't listen to our side, of the story. And Jack, because he got involved and being a manager, he got a 1-match ban. That was a no way in the stand. But Jack's was careful with money big time, and they fined him $12,500. I stayed out of his way for 2 days. Honest to God.
Did he write him a check? He could have done with that penny on his...
Did he write a check?
He could have done with that penny on his forehead.
Do you know, this is the generosity and the passion of Irish people. When you've seen that in the papers, and look, it wasn't our fault, it was their fault, the lines and the linesmen and the referees and the fucking fourth official looked like Donald Duck. Remember him with the other cap? So, they had a whip round in all of Ireland for me and Jack and all the pubs and clubs. 96 grand they collected.
Fucking hell, he made a few quid, hadn't it?
And 48 each. and the FAI, they paid for our fines. So it all worked out. And then they obviously all went to charity in Ireland. So we laugh about it now. Yeah, you can laugh about it.
Did you, before Jack took over, did you know, because obviously he brought in the granny rule. Had you had any indication that or inkling that you could play for Ireland?
Yeah. I used to speak. Do you remember Dave Langan? Langan used to play for Oxford and Ireland. He's a right back, great player. He's a cracking player, Dave. So we were in the same Oxford team, and I as a youngster, I used to follow Ireland as well as England in them days. And so when we used to talk about Irish football, and Owen Hand was the manager then. And he said, you're eligible. Me granny came from Athlone. And then when Jack got the job, I got told there was 1 vote over Bob Paisley. I don't know how true that was. That's what I got told. And then Jack came to watch me play in his first few weeks against Aston Villa. In the first leg of the semi-final of the League Cup, the Milk Cup at the time, Carabao now. And we drew 2-2 at Villa Park and I scored 2. So after the game, I'm in the bar actually wearing them days having a pint, and Jack comes in, I seen him and I knew he was there. He said, come over, he said, hello John, well played. Great 2 goals. I said, thanks Mr. Charlton. He said, I'm the new Ireland manager. I said, yeah, of course. He said, would you like to play for me? Just like that. I said, I'd love to play for you, Mr. Charlton. I'd be honoured to play for the Republic. He said, just shake my hand. So we just shook his hand. And he said, we'll get all the accreditation passed, FIFA and UEFA, and you'll make your debut in 4 or 5 weeks at Lansdowne Road against Wales. I said, oh, brilliant, Mr. Charlton, I can't wait. And then Ray was over there, Ray Houghton. I said, do you see Ray Houghton over there with Dave Lang? He said, yeah, I don't know Dave, I know Ray. And I don't know whether he knew this. Ray said he knew it, but I said, is that from Donegal? He said, oh, is he? And he sort of pushed me away, went and got Ray at the same time. So we got 2 for the price of 1.
That second moving on.
But Ray says he already knew about Ray, but I don't know. I'm not sure, but so I pushed him that way. But Ray was a great player then. And it was great that Jack, with the 2 of us went at the same time and we never looked back.
Tell you what we'll do, we'll just have a minute to thank O'Neills Sportswear.
A quick pause in play.
What are they all about, Chris?
For these. The quality, we've got Big Mick McCarthy's shirt here, but get your own. One of these, or for your 5-a-side team, 11-a-side teams.
Bespoke kit, so you can design your own, can't you?
Yeah. There is a minimum order of 12.
Yeah, maximum, you can just go as many as you want.
In array of sizes.
Up to 7XL if you've got a big dog.
There is, I think it's 4 to 6 weeks from design to delivery, which I think is a quick turnaround considering.
A very quick turnaround.
But yeah, thank you to O'Neills Sportswear for
sponsoring
this
the series.
Providing us with unbelievable kits and giving people the chance to buy their own.
Yeah, so thank you very much. As I said, the link's in the description, I believe, as always. So,
what's your favourite colour?
I like the green and white one.
This one for me. I want to get Big Mick up again. I've got to hear you were a late starter. Do you know when you've left as a 20-year-old to go down to Newport? Was it a pipe dream that you'd end up leading the line for your boyhood team?
When I first went to Newport, the lads after training, the lads are in the bath and going to the cafe afterwards. I was on the pitch with the apprentices, practicing my head and in the gym. So I was always working. Even at Oxford, I'd always stay behind and on my finishing to get to Liverpool.
We had a few people asking about, did you ever come across the Maxwell?
Yeah.
Any stories?
Robert, he didn't know nothing about football. He used to come in the dressing room at Oxford. We had a great time. We had a great manager, Jim Smith, God rest his soul as well. We loved Jim. And his philosophy was for me, is brilliant. If they score 3, John, we'll score 4. Come and join us. And Sunderland, Len was at Sunderland then. They were in for me, but they couldn't afford the 78 grand. So they could only go to 50. Because Sunderland were a bigger team, obviously, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure here. I know Len, so I'll probably go. If Sunderland come in for me, I'll go to Sunderland. As it worked out, I spoke to Robert Maxwell. Jim Smith, obviously, Jim impressed me immensely. And then I spoke to Robert Maxwell, and he told me where the club are going. They're going to get other players as well, and they're not just going up from the 3rd division, we're going to get to the 1st. And he's true to his word. I joined the year when we won Division 3. So I've gone up with, I like the fact that I went up with Division 4 with Newport and promotion. We won the Welsh Cup. We actually got the quarterfinals of the Cup Winners' Cup. Yeah. Calzai beat us. And then Oxford, we won Division 3. And then he brought in Billy Hamilton. And he got injured. He got injured a couple of seasons after, and that was the end of Billy. It was a joy to play with him. And that year, I think I scored 34 and Billy got about 26, something like that. We were a brilliant partnership. Then we got, but Robert Maxwell, he came in one day and he said to Malcolm Shotton, the skipper, Malcolm, if you win the toss, go for an early goal. Meaning, go with the slope. We're all scratching our head thinking, what's he fucking mean? Go for an early goal. But look, I can't knock him. I always remember my first full season. I'd done really, after that going up, I'm home for the summer with my wife, living in my wife's house, my wife's mum and dad's house, my in-laws. And I was Sunday, I always go out on a Sunday with the lads, Sunday afternoon on a bevy. So I'm across the road having a bevy. I've had about 4 or 5 pints. And Joan comes in and said, Robert Maxwell's on the phone. I said, I'm having a bevy. Just say you don't know where I am. She said, no, you've got to talk to him. So I finished my bevy up. I went and, the old phones then, not the mobiles. I got the phone and spoke. John, I'm at Parkin Press. I want you here in 3 hours. Okay. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do here? So I'm going to make a... And I drove to Parkin Press. Shouldn't have done because I had about 6 pints. Mad.
It's London?
No, Oxford.
Right.
Parkin Press was in the middle of Oxford. It was like the Daily Mirror was run from there, and and so I got there, went home, got myself all changed up, and I went to Parkin Press, and I go, no one about, massive build, go into this room, it's huge. There's a big long bench, a table, with chairs around it, and then there's a picture of the Queen there, and Prince Charles there and everything. He's a big royalist, wasn't he? So I'm sitting there thinking, oof. No. He said, well, you're only here, John, basically. He said, because I want you to sign a new contract, basically. I said, okay, Mr. Chairman. He said, a 3.5-year contract. And he starts writing these figures down. He's going like that. Now, you're better than that. Scribble it out. And then he told me, what about that one of yours? Now, you're better than that. And I'm thinking, it's like fucking tic-tac-toe. My eyes are going like, fucking, I'm going to win the fucking jackpot here. And he gave me a great contract. Oh, wow. I couldn't turn it down. I just absolutely 100%.
Is he being clever there? like put
He's
a
a
couple of
clever
years
man.
on your contract. With,
He's a clever man. Yeah.
He knew it was Sunday afternoon. Fuck it. Aldo will sign, fuck it.
Did you not think of any negotiation either? Like, put the number out, you just go, I think I'm a little bit better than that.
But what he did, he actually said, like, I'll give you used to get loyalty money at the end of the contract every year, didn't he? So he said, I'll give you that, and that. And I think, oh, fucking hell, that's all right. And then when the contract was drawn up, he'd give me double bubble. He'd done it wrong, he'd give me double bubble, so I couldn't wait. Oh, fucking
hell, yeah.
And well, it's fucking intelligent.
and you get, and them days you got 25 grand ex gratia money. Remember, that was the most you could have, top of it. So give me that as well. And then when I moved to Liverpool, I always remember Morris Evans. It was the man, lovely fella, lovely man. He took over from Jim, and we're playing Manchester City this day, and at the road ground, Main Road's a great ground, love Main Road. And got up in the morning, Bobby McDonald, I was rooming Bobby McDonald, the ex-Scotland and Oxford player, great lad. And a phone rang at 10:30, he said, Aldo, he said, the manager wants you. I'm thinking, no, can't drop me because I scored the last game. So I go in the room and this is like 4 hours before kick-off. And he said, John, the club have had an offer for you. And I think you like it. That's what he said. I went, it's not Liverpool, boss, is it? He said, yes. And I still thought I was dreaming. I thought, am I up here? Whatever. But it's really strange, tell me 4 hours before a game, because my mind wasn't at that game. When I go in the game, I'm thinking, I don't want to get any injuries. Yeah. And I've never shirked away from a challenge in any way or form, but I did that fucking day. You know what I mean? It was just strange. It should have told me after the game.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do myself justice or the team justice. But look, he's a great bloke. God rest his soul. I keep on saying that, don't I?
I think nowadays, that he just said, I'm not playing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would have done.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not playing.
They've got every right to do it.
Yeah.
But no, to this day, I thought that just doesn't make sense. So talking about Robert Maxwell, the following day, so I had to go down to Parkin Press again. So Jim Undr, the secretary's there, Morris is there, and I'm there, and Mr. Maxwell. So we're there, and he's saying, John, we wouldn't let you go anywhere other than Liverpool, because we know how much you want to. And fair play to them, mate. That's great that they did that. Although it's good money for them, 750 grand at the time was big money. So he said, but in this case, we're letting you go. Now that you're going to play for Liverpool, and this is what he said, you'll be able to play for England. I looked at him and think, I've played 3 times for fucking hell. Honestly, I'm thinking, no, this is the truth. No, I've gone, well, Mr. Maxwell, I play for the Republic of Ireland. No, that doesn't matter. When you play for Liverpool, you play for England. I'm thinking, that's nuts, that, isn't it? But that's what he said. And then he said, look, you know how much we love you at this club. He said, who's the highest paid player at Liverpool? I said, I don't know, Mr. Maxwell. I wouldn't have a club. Maybe Kenny Dalglish or Ian Rush. So he goes on the phone in the corner. He phones up Liverpool chairman John Smith. Never forget it. I'm thinking, what's he doing? Oh, he's not a football man. And he's lifted the phone up and he's gone, Smith, Robert Maxwell here. And I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, that's a good start. He said, I've told John he's playing for Liverpool and blah, 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 blah. But I want him to be the top paid player at your club. Who's the top paid player? And I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. But all his interest was in mine. You know what I mean? He had my interest at heart, which goes a long way. Whatever he's done outside of what he's done for me is. So he really tried to look after me,
At the same time, he could have killed you, really.
Yeah.
Could have priced you out with a move.
Mr. Maxwell, just tell John to fuck off.
That's a good one.
In the nicest possible way, tell John to get fucked.
Oh, class. But so I can't knock him for what he did for me.
Yeah.
Well, you've been at Oxford with Billy Whitehurst.
Yeah. Billy. Oh, well, he came, obviously, Big Billy Hamilton, his knees were knackered. And Jeremy Charles was a good partner for me. But the manager went in for Billy Whitehurst, and he had a massive reputation, Billy. We all knew he was just fucking tough, like fucking nutter, absolute nuts. So the first day of training, we trained on a Thursday, and we're playing Liverpool on the Saturday, and I'll never ever forget it. So we're all sitting down, and Morris comes in. He says, "Right, lads, the team today." And as he said that, Billy stood up and said, "Excuse me, boss, lads. I had a dream." And we're all going, "What the fuck?" "I had a dream. We came here and beat the Scousers. I had a dream." And he sat down. Oh, all right. Couldn't laugh because Billy'd fucking fill you in. And the manager gives his team talk and all that. Anyway, we go out and we're doing all right. But Liverpool scored eventually, as they always do. I'm 2-0. And I'll never forget in the Anfield Road, and the ball come over, a great ball. I think it's from Ray. And Billy's in the middle of the goal, he's got to score. And I think he tried too hard, he went like that, and he came down, and he jarred his back. Proper done his back in, so he's down, he gets carried off. The game starts, and anyway, we get beat 4-0. And at the end of the game, we were coming, Liverpool far too good for us. So we're sitting down disappointed, but just got to take it. And Morris comes in, he stands up and says, "Well, lads," Billy stands up again, says, "Excuse me, boss. Lads, that wasn't a dream he had. It was a fucking nightmare." We're all going, "You got to be funny, you can't laugh." He's brilliant.
And he's only been there a few days.
Yeah, 3 days. He's brilliant, Billy. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you the other thing about Billy. I always remember we had a Christmas party. So I'm like coming towards the end of the night, and I'm with the wife just talking, having a quiet beer in the hotel. And Billy comes past, said, "See you, Rollo, see you, lad, see you the weekend," and grabs me bollocks like that. "See you in the weekend, see you tomorrow, training the next day," whatever it was. And he walks away, and my missus says, "Are you going to let him do that?" I said, "Fucking right here, I'm not going to fucking take him. By the way, he can do what he wants."
I saw a random video the other day. You know, is it Sunita?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was she involved with Simon Cowell or something at some point?
That's right, yeah.
She was getting interviewed in Hull, and she was like, the interviewer was like, "Is this the first time you've been in Hull?" She was like, "No, back in the day, I got quite friendly with a certain Billy Whitehurst." So Billy was knocking them.
Play to him. Diplomatic then.
I hope this is true, by the way.
What, the video?
Was he knocking her off or knocking her out?
He grabbed the bollocks. But I couldn't believe it. She's like, "Yeah," and people say he's a hard man, but he's a lovely gentleman. And
yeah, no. There's another side to Billy, but like, yeah, no, do you know what? I had so many laughs with him. He was great to be up front with. He wasn't elegant in any way or form, but he's absolutely hard as nails.
Just talking about, when you signed for Liverpool, where was your mindset in terms of, obviously you've done really well at Newport and Oxford, but this is another level in it. You're signing for your hometown team with some unbelievable players. Where were you at confidence-wise in yourself?
Yeah, I knew I could score goals. I knew from an early age. I knew that. I had the instinct, the desire, and I knew I could finish. I knew when I got in the box, it didn't faze me. I knew when to keep me cool, slot, go round the keeper. I didn't like rush things. I just composure I had in the box. So when the only thing to answer your question, when I walked in the dressing room. First time looking at the Liverpool team, who I knew a few of them. That was a little bit intimidating, because from my Newport, South Liverpool, Oxford days, whenever the game finished, I'd go straight to the radio to see how Liverpool got on, because I'm still Liverpool nuts. So I knew I could take over in Rushy's place, because I was scoring 20 plus goals with Oxford in the same division. And again, with all due respect to my Oxford teammates, with these seasoned internationals, I knew I'd get more chances and score more goals, which was the case. My problem was integrating with my heroes for the first couple of 3 weeks to set me stall out, to get amongst them, get the respect from them. That was the thing that I feared most.
You mentioned your dad a few times. I'm assuming he played a big part.
Yeah.
Can you remember making that phone call or going seeing him after?
My dad.
Yeah. When you found out that you were all your career has been trying to get back to
Liverpool. He was on his way to Man City with my brother-in-laws was driving him there. Like he couldn't take it in either. But my dad seen what I had in me at a very early age, and what he did where I was from under the bridge in Garston in Liverpool. It was hard. It was rough. You had to fight to survive. A lot of bullying going on. You get trodden on. So my dad learned me some really good traits, growing up. But he was a tough fella, my dad. But he also seen things in football and to do things really quick, not laboured and do things. But what he did to me, and then any kid listening to this, you can't do this. I remember we were in the house this day, and I don't know, I was around about 10, I don't know. But I was good with my head. I knew I was good with my head at an early age, the time and everything. I scored so many goals with my head, hundreds. So he got me in the house, made sure my mum wasn't in there. He said, son, you're good with your head, He said, come here. So he got me by one of the walls. He said, put the wall. And I've gone, what? He said, go on, put the wall. So I've gone like that. No, son, put the wall. So I've gone, oh. So he says, come on, get the fridge, get some ice. Sit there, you're right. You're right now. I said, yeah, I'm all right, Dad, no problems. He said, okay, let's go in the entry. Go in the entry. He said, got a ball. He said, head that ball through the case. I'm gone. He said, what does that feel like? I said, the balloon. He said, well, what you do now, because in them days, remember kids, when a ball comes to them, they used to do that, didn't they? They didn't want to hit the ball. He said, every time a ball comes, you time it and you head that and you go to burst that ball. It's fucking great. It was great advice. It's wrong to do. I never told my mum because she'd have gone berserk, you know what I mean? But it was brilliant advice for a young lad to want to. I loved heading the ball because if you can put a wall, you can do anything with your head, can't you? Know what I mean?
Planted a seed. He's planted a seed
absolutely.
At an early age.
And yeah, I even now look at some of my headed goals that I'm so proud of. You think, wow, but he's seen that at an early age and wanted me to develop that by attacking the ball and timing it at the right time and getting the power on it.
We've had quite a few lads who play for Celtic on, and they've always spoke about if they're from Glasgow, they've been brought up. Yeah. Celtic's the team. They're feeling that pressure a lot more. Did you feel that going back to Liverpool with more than playing for any other club that you had done? The fact that you were playing for your hometown club, friends and family in the stands.
I'm following Roger Hunt. I loved Roger Hunt from when I remember. Remember the first game at Anfield, and I'm with me two uncles. One was a blue actually, one was a red, and I'm on the wall and I'm watching this game, and I'm watching the cop more than the game. You've seen the old footage of the old cop and they're coming down and they're singing the Beatles song, they're singing songs and I'm going, this is magic. Magic. And then they're all singing Sir Roger Hunt and he scored that day. And I made my mind up. I said, I want to be him. I just want to be him. And in them days, when you used to play in the park, whatever, you say, well, I'm in St. John or I'm in Rush or whatever. Used to be sent to me players. I was always wanting to be Sir Roger, yeah.
Did you ask for the number 8 when you signed at Liverpool straight away?
Oh yeah. Well, I wore at Newport until you get noted. You can't have your number. I wore number 10 start at Newport, whatever. But when I could wear number 8, I wanted number 8. And then when I joined Oxford, I want number 8 on my back. The only manager who stopped me wearing number 8 was Jack. You're a fucking number 9. Although number 9, so I couldn't wear number 8 with Jack. You can't tell Jack because you're on a loser. Yeah. But going to Liverpool, Kenny said, number 9, although I went, no, I want 8. He said, what? I said, Roger Hunt. That's what I dreamt of since I was a kid. And that's why people thought I was scared of wearing number 9 for Rushy. No, that wasn't the case. To follow in his footsteps. Just my dream was to get that number 8 on my back. And then I followed that with a real Sociedad and obviously Tranmere, the number 8 special, yeah.
So the season you signed, you end up finishing second behind Everton. Is that right?
I can't remember. I thought we might have finished third. I signed 86, 87 season. And it was, you know, it was the end of the season. It was nothing, you know. We just flitted away because we weren't going for the title.
Yeah,
I forget it wasn't. I just remember my first game. We played Southampton at home, and it meant so much to me, you know, because that was my dream. It was 0-0 with about 20 minutes to go, and Jan floated a great free kick, and it rose from about 10, 12 yards, and they passed Peter Shilton, which made it better, and it's gone past off the far post. And then it's sort of a moment when you score a goal, you kind of lose your emotions and feeling. You don't know what you've done. And that's what I went into, euphoria, because that's what I dreamt about all my life. I just done what I dreamt all my life. I was in the Annie Road then, fucking celebrating. So I always remember running back to the kickoff. And as I'm running back towards the cop like that, I'm looking at the cop, 20-odd thousand there, and where Bruce is in goal, the crossbar there. Just behind that I stood every home game with my mates, knowing they were there then, seeing me score. And it's one of those, knowing you're there, stands on the back of your neck. I thought, well, it's reality. I'm not dreaming this. It's actually just come true. And it's one of the best moments, like the birthday affair, because that's what I dreamt about since I went to see Roger Hunt, you know. It meant so much to me that game, yeah.
What I was getting at was that you didn't win the league that season, then Rushers left.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of pressure on you? And you as well, probably going to be replacing them.
Yeah, I think
at the end of that, beginning of that season.
Well, what Kenny said, because I only started that game against Southampton. I was dropped the next game. I scored the winner. I was dropped the next game. And then I come on as a couple of substitution appearances. And then the next game I started was Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, last game of the season, which we drew 3-3, and me and Rushy scored in that game. But in between then, I went and seen Kenny, and I said, look, what's going on? Because I can't understand.
What do I need to do?
Yeah, he said, look, you know, John, I brought you to replace Ian next year, not for now. So you're just going to have to bear with me and trust me, because at the moment, we play through the middle with Jan and the midfield players and myself playing balls through from it to Ian. He said, we're changing it for you, because Ian's gone. We're going to have to get the goals what Ian scored, and we're going to go out wide. You have to trust me, because I'm going to get players to go out wide and give you the service that we know you're good at. So I went, oh, well, that's good enough. At least I know.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
That's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Yeah. So next minute, the season finishes, and then I get the paper, and I look, John Barnes is joining Liverpool. I've gone, oh, fuck. What a player. Yeah. And I played against John. I didn't know him at the time, and he was brilliant. I thought, that's what great stuff, that. So he's done. I thought, okay, you don't know nothing. Then the week after, or a couple of weeks after, Peter Beasley, I've gone, oh. So we started that season off together, and I scored in the first 10 games or whatever, league game, whatever it be. But then in between then and September, Ray Houghton came, me mucker.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny.
Got him his first cap.
Anyone, my missus could play it fucking with them three of them, you know what I mean? But it was like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I'm talking before about the way I played, like Ireland similar-ish. I used to play across there, but I'd just look for the balls up, get the ball, one touch, two touch, give it to Barnesy, to Peter, or to Ray, and just move them about and get the far post. And the rest is history, you know, won the Golden Boot, scored loads of goals because of the service I got. Was ridiculous.
Did you win the league the next year, or when you got the Golden Boot?
Yeah. We won the league, yeah. Yeah, we won the league. I think we got 28 league goals, a few cup goals, whatever it was. Something like that. I can't remember offhand. But yeah, I won the Golden Boot, which I have to say I was delighted with, because that's something that I pinpointed joining Liverpool. Because I'm playing for my boyhood team, I want to do the job properly. And to do the job properly, you've got to win the Golden Boot. So I was very proud of that. You know, it's in the museum now, Liverpool's got it. Because that's something that, well, as a kid, that's another thing that you dream of doing. If you win the Golden Boot, your team's got every chance of winning the league.
Mm. Was that the Wimbledon Cup final?
Pass.
So amongst them, there was 11. 11 goals from penalties.
It's mad, yeah. I ended up, in my time at Liverpool, I think I had 19 penalties, scored 18. That was the one. The fucking big one I fucked up. but yeah, it still haunts me. Still haunts me. Do you know what? It's quite odd because that was my last touch at the cup final in '88. Kenny substituted me for Craig Johnson. And rolled the dice forward. The '89 cup final, we played Everton, and after Hillsborough, what happened at Hillsborough that's something else. Everton had kick-off. My first touch of the '89 was from the same place, more or less, past the Great Neville Southall and went where the penalty should have gone. Now, look, I'm not religious, but that's a 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance. That is nuts. Absolutely incredible to think about what happened before and then after that. And so, it was great winning the '89 cup final for the '96/97. You know, it was the most important game for me that year, or in my career, was Nottingham Forest game. We played Nottingham Forest after Hillsborough. And the thought of losing that game, I can't tell you, in the pit of your stomach. I'd gone to 11 funerals, sisters, brothers, kids, father and son. We'd all had to go to these, and it cut you like a knife right through. It was just horrendous. Going into that game against Nottingham Forest, the thought I was losing that for them people and the families I could take getting beat by Everton in the final. I could take that, but the semis I couldn't. And you know what? I did something in that semi-final that is not me. I scored early on to make it 1-0. Then Webby equalised. And then I made it 2-1. And it was nip and tuck. Forest had a really good side. They were a good team. And then a cross come in and Brian Laws put into his own net. And I went over to Brian and give it like that on his head. But that was the relief. I wasn't trying to take the piss out of Brian. It was just relief. I was trying to say sorry, but we've done it. There won't no coming back from this. And that's something in my life. Do you ever regret anything? That is one of my biggest regrets, because that's not me as a person. And I spoke to Brian about it many times, and he knows. Every time I see him, I say I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Whenever I've been able to see him. But that game was the biggest game of my life. You don't need a medal or a cup to say that's the best game of my life, or a golden boot. That's the biggest goals for the biggest cases, and that game was more than any other game that I played in my life.
What it meant to everybody else.
What it meant to everyone, and myself and the lads and everyone. Couldn't get beat that game. Get to the final, playing Everton, obviously, and Everton fans, and obviously we're all Scousers together, were tremendous with what everyone had to put up with after Hillsborough. But I could take getting beat by Everton. But then the motivation was still to do it for the 96 at the time, the 97 now, which thankfully we got across the line with. But that was, the semi-final was the biggest game of my life. Yeah. Yeah.
It must have, talking about the final, though, because of what had happened the year before, it must have felt like that pressure was taken off a little bit from
missing
the penalty miss to, like you said, that moment again in the same place.
Yeah.
Kind of redemption.
Yeah, it was totally contrasting feelings. When you think the last time I kicked the ball there, I was after the game against Wimbledon, never felt so fucking for a long time. I couldn't get out. The best thing that happened to us was obviously to me was the fact that we went to the Euros in '88, which we talked about earlier. We beat England in Stuttgart. That sort of made me forget about it. Up till that moment, I couldn't get out of my mind.
Did it knock your confidence when it come to taking penalty? You know, when they
the next penalty? It's a good shout, because next time we played the following season, and one of the first games was Man United at home, and we got a penalty with about 15, 20 minutes to go, I think. I thought, fuck that. Jan, there you go. I give it to Jan and he scored. I was so pleased. I thought, imagine missing that one on the top and missing the one in the Wembley on top, missing Man United. And Jan scored me 1-0, so I was quite pleased with that one,
Fucking hell. Another thing from that season that I didn't realise, it's obviously the there was still a couple of games. Was there 2 games left after that of the season?
Yeah.
So it's the
It was
Arsenal,
West Ham.
when Arsenal came.
West Ham and Arsenal, yeah.
And you beat West Ham
5-1.
1. Did you go 5-0 up and they got the 1? It was something like that,
Do you
wasn't
know
it?
what? I can't remember, but it was something like that, yeah. But going into the Arsenal game, we could actually get beat 1-0.
This is Michael Thomas.
Yeah, which was probably the worst thing for us because, and it's hard for Kenny because the team talk, I always remember Kenny was saying, look, don't do anything silly. You know, keep it right. Do that sort of team talk when that's not us. We're a team that do it right. So we score goals and we're dynamic and all that. If we'd have had to probably go out and win that game or draw that game, I think we would have done. It's easy to say now, but the fact that we sat back a lot, you know, and then when they scored the goal, we were in second gear, if that makes sense, and you can't get out of second gear all of a sudden with like 5-8 minutes to go, whatever it be, to go again. So yeah, I think that if we needed to go for it, it would have been completely different. But Arsenal were terrific that night. You have to. It's horrible. It was a horrible. Probably that was a lot worse than the penalty miss for us all because you know that was the double that you had in your grasp with like a minute to spare. Yeah.
Do you think that it really saved you the fact that you had got the Euros that summer, so you're not dwelling on it all summer? Think it might have gone the other way if you're not.
Yeah, good question. I don't know, but. At least, I got that out of my system because we beat England 1-0. We drew with Russia 1-0 when we should have beat Russia, and then we lost to the Dutch with minutes to go. It was a freak goal they scored, and they went on to win it. That's how good we were, our team. I'll tell a funny story. You wouldn't get this in football nowadays. So after we got knocked out by the Dutch. We, as Irish players and Irishmen, we went out on the lash again, as we kept on talking about early on. And we had the great... To be fair, Gelsenkirchen, it was roasting that game. We sweated. I don't know, it was really hot. And after the game, we thought, well, we're out now. We did what we always do, you know, win, lose, or draw. We went on, had a few bevies afterwards, got on the bus, cans and whatever. Get back to the hotel, get changed, we all go out. We were celebrating the fact that we did well, to be fair. We beat England, which made it great for the people back home. And at the end of the night, like, we're talking, get back to the hotel. And there's all Irish fans, no taxis, they're marooned. And they're talking to us, you know, in the hotel. And we're all bladdered. It was after the game as well. You're dehydrated and everything.
Again, it's the English fans maybe wouldn't be like that with the English players, would they?
No, but we mixed. We just mixed. Anyway, me and Ray there and the lads were all there. I don't remember because the screens come down, but you're there still, aren't you? And anyway, got back to bed. I don't know how. We're all bladdered. So our room was Ray out, and obviously Ray. So I'll never forget the next morning. I'm like that. And then I wake up and I looked, and there's Ray. I thought, oh, he's still asleep. And I went, who the fuck's that on the floor? Couldn't get taxis. There was 3 dots down in our room. We brought them back and said, yeah, down there. One's on the chair like that. One's on the couch like that. And one's in between me and Ray. In between.
In between.
He came and kept because they couldn't get taxis.
That's the first class seat there, isn't it?
I think it's funny, even today, they're at parties telling that story. I once woke up at the edge of John Aldridge's bed.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yeah.
I'm telling you now, I woke up spooning John Aldridge.
You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, no, it was good crack, yeah. But that's what we like in them days. It's just, you know, underlines the way football was, you know.
Yeah.
It's a leading scorer for 2 seasons, and then you end up leaving.
Yeah.
Rush comes back.
Well, Russia came back, the year before. And I knew it was game on because it's not like football now. It'd be ideal now because it's the rotation system. Yeah. But then Peter wants to play every game. Ian does, and I do. So it's game on. Gauntlet's been thrown down. So the first game was the Charity Shield Wimbledon. We won 2-1. I scored 2. I thought, I've got to fight now. I've got to fight to keep me face. I'm only going to stay in our team as I'm scoring goals. And then on the back of that, the first game was Charlton away in the league, the first division. It was at Palace. They were playing at Palace at the time because the ground were getting done, and we beat them 3-0 and I scored 3. So that's a great start for me. So it goes, you start playing and then gets changed a little bit and we lose momentum. But the end of the season, we got it back. I scored 31 goals in about 40 starts that season. I think the rest was substitutes, something like that. Anyway, I've never looked, but no way I scored 31 goals. And Alan Smith beat me for the Golden Boot by, I think it was one, maybe 2. He had a great season, Al. So I couldn't do no more, really. I couldn't do no more than score the goals per game, per ratio. I think Ian finished up with something like 18 goals, Barnsley the same, Peter the same. But I scored like the 31, and then, the start of next season, you shown the door. Kenny basically said, like, that's it. I'm going to stick with Peter and Tosh, with Rushy, and you're not going to get a game.
That must have hurt, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, you couldn't do any more, really.
No, but the stats show. I did what, 63 and 104 games. That's pretty good in anyone's, in the top level. But look, Kenny's seen it for the way he wanted to go, and unfortunately I had to accept it. I wanted to stay for my place, but Kenny said, well, you'll be sitting on your backside for most of the season because I'm going to keep the 2 lads, up top.
Was there any bitterness, when you left?
Hurt me massively. Hurt me massively because I knew my stats were there. And the fact that a local lad doing that for Liverpool, we always loved that. Right through. Any team does. Any team. You want to see your local lads playing and score the goals. And obviously the cop loved me. Being in a copite as well and doing the business, I'm one of them. So I know a lot of fans weren't happy, but it's what the manager sees.
If you could answer honestly, did you want them to, even though you're a Liverpool fan, did you want them to fuck up deep down?
Or have a sticky
thought about
season?
that.
Just a sticky season.
Do you know what? I thought about that a couple of times, and then I thought about the fans. I thought, I wanted them to miss me. I think that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I'm thinking about the fans and the fact that I'm a Liverpool fan. I went, just get on with it. And then I just had to put the blinkers on for doing what I had to do in Spain. I still wanted them to do well, don't get me wrong, but I fell out of love because of the way I was treated, probably,
Understandable, innit?
You said the same about when you left Sunderland.
Yeah, I mean, yours is on a completely different level. But I was a Sunderland fan, and I still had that bitterness towards them. It was a horrible.
You just scored 62 goals
Exactly.
in a fucking underdog game.
Exactly.
It's good, but you're only human, aren't you, after all? But I'm also a realist. And Liverpool, I agree with them not letting me join another First Division team because you're going to bite them on their arse, aren't you? So, excuse me, they want you to...
Does that not hurt even a little bit more?
That
We want to get rid of you, but we
worse,
don't
doesn't
want you to hurt us.
Yeah, but I get that, though.
Yeah, I
get that.
But you're good enough to hurt us.
The hard part was... me and my wife were Scousers, and I started my career off to get to Liverpool, and then we've been away for 8 years, whatever it be, and then we're home. We're back to our city that we love. Our families are here, and we've settled down, kids in school, everything, and then we've got to uproot and go and live in Spain.
They're basically like kicking you out of country, aren't they?
Yeah,
Effectively,
You've been evicted.
You're getting kicked out of country.
Yeah. I have to say, Real Sociedad, the one thing they did, the offer they gave me and the money I got off Liverpool, which Liverpool didn't want to give me nothing. I knew my family was secure and my kids were secure. That's the most important thing for the time, for the sake of 2 or 3 years, whatever it be. And I was going to play for them and give them everything and more. But I always remember when I knew it was happening, there was an agent called Dennis Roach, fucking cockroach called it. Anyway, he's phoning me up this deal, Liverpool. Liverpool going to phone you up and all that. Like, and I'm saying, all right, yeah, okay, all right, just leave me alone. I'm all right, just get up my face. So the phone rings. It's John Smith, the chairman. John, we have to see you. I said, okay. I said, I'll be up there. So I'll get to Anfield, go in. I know what's going on. So I'm downstairs. I know they've offered 1.15 million for me. So, all right, yeah, that's no problem. So Dennis Rose said, you're going in, saying, all right, yeah, just fuck off, leave me alone, just give me a breathing space. So I go up. I know, so the chairman's where you are, and Peter Robinson's there where you are. Well, John, fantastic opportunity for you. Teams come in for you, and it's in Spain, and giving me all this. And I'm going, yeah, okay, Mr. Chairman. All right, how much have they paid for me? 1.15 million. I knew all that. I knew all the scores, just testing them out. He said, oh, yeah. I said, oh, all right then. Okay. How much are you giving me? Oh, we don't do that at Liverpool. I went, well, you're going to have to. Because the gloves are off here. My respect for Liverpool's fucking gone. Excuse me, lang. I don't want to say that. I've been fucking swearing all that. So I've said it's out the window. Know what I mean?
Understandably as well, man.
Yeah, understand. Out the window, and I said, "Hold on a minute, then, Mr. Chairman. Can I get this right? You bought me when 2.5 years ago." I said, when I was the ripe old age of 28, whatever it was. He said, yes. I said, and you're selling me now. You're making 400 grand profit, and you've had 63 goals in 2 seasons, and you give me nothing. He said, yes. Peter Robinson jumped in and said, well, John, you could have come in and had a nightmare. I went, yeah, but I fucking didn't. What the fuck? I would come back to something like that. But the gloves are off here. And he said, oh, what sort of money are you looking for? Well, $250,000. He gives it all down. I said, well, so anyway, he said, you'll have to leave us. I said, yeah, no problem. So we'll go down. So Dennis Rhodes comes in. He said, are you trying to fuck this deal up? Well, you better get out because I'll put you on your fucking arse. It's nothing to do with you. You don't deal for me. You deal for them. You deal for Sociedad and you deal for Liverpool. Now get out of my face. I'll tell you what, I was that far because I was really. This was hard for me to take. I'm leaving them.
Emotions are.
I love my team. And
is this anger on the level of when you couldn't get on the pitch in the World Cup?
It's like when you split up and you what do you want from house? That TV is mine. It's coming with me.
It's like my Smeg fridge.
I'm taking a fucking dog as well. I'll tell you.
So anyway, I want the dog, but I'm fucking taking it.
But you understand this is something that you have to do.
Yeah, I totally understand.
You have to do it for your sanity. Anyway, I went back up and they made me a really good offer, which came off the fee, so it was all tax free. Anyway, I got what I wanted. Real Sociedad, and the people were tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
I know you got a good contract and stuff, but how accessible was it at that time? Because I can't imagine you can jump on an EasyJet from John Lennon.
You're spot on, Chris. Spot on, mate. Because we have to. At the time, they flew from Liverpool, speak to London. I think it was Gatwick. Then we had to go to Gatwick to Bilbao, and then Bilbao drive to San Sebastian. So it was a long haul.
Did you realise when you were signing that you were going to be the first non-Basque player?
No, I did. Well, I was told. Obviously, I was told, but I didn't know. I didn't think it was such a big thing because there was no internet then. You had no phones.
Because this is massive for them, isn't it? Well, the culture there.
But I didn't realise till I got in the press conference. I went, what the fuck? Those fucking hundreds there. I'm going, what the fucking hell is this all about? And there's microphones everywhere. Like, what? And I got it. And then it's all right. Just John Toshak told me what to say. I said, look, I'm here to make people happy, to score goals and play my heart out for the club. Which was the truth anyway. And then they took me to the training ground and there was graffiti on there, I remember. And I didn't know what it meant at the time because I couldn't speak Spanish then. And thankfully, because they said, Aldridge, fuck off, we don't want you. There was 75% didn't want me. And I didn't know at the time.
All the purists.
Well, I got it. No, I totally and utterly get it.
Yeah.
And I got it at the time because I looked at the history and Bilbao now still all Basque, aren't they? It's a massive thing that I went and done. I was so proud to play for them. It's a great club and they treated me like I'm going from when Liverpool got rid of me and all that, going to a place that they treated like a lord, like a god, even though they didn't want me. And I'll forever be thankful for that. And I always remember we played Barcelona my first season. Firstly in the league over there. And there was 50 Liverpool fans that got a shadow bank over to watch me play. Yeah, so when we come out Real Sociedad, I don't remember coming out, and this is a stadium, apart from Anfield, I love, and the Camp Nou. So you're going down and you go around like that as you're going up into it. And you go up, there's a chapel there, and you look into it, wow, it's fantastic. Then you go up and you look, it's like the Gladiator Arena. You're going, what the fuck? This is proper arena to play football. And we drew 2-2, and I scored 2. I was made up. I was absolutely made up. So I scored 2 at home. I scored 2 then. Then we played them in the cup, and we got beat 1-0 at home. Koeman scored. Then we played them away, and we beat them over 90 minutes, 3-2, and I'd scored another 2. But I think Aldridge scored to make it 3-3, and they went through the cup. So I'd scored 6 goals against them in that season. So the following season, they're top of the league. I forget the result at home against them. I think they beat us. Gets to the end of the season. Now I know I'm got to leave at the end of the season for my family's sake. So we played Atletico Madrid. I think it was the third last game of the season at home, and they were vying with Barcelona for the league. Anyway, I scored a goal with 10 minutes to go. We won 1-0. It won Barcelona the league. Then the following week, we went to Barcelona in my last away game for Real Sociedad. And as we go on the pitch, there's 110,000 people clapping us. Wow. Giving us, because we'd done the business for them. And then we clapped them on the pitch. Guardiola was with them at the time. He's one of the players. And they had a really good team. Clapped them on the pitch like that, and they come in. And we won 3-1, and I scored another 2. That's unbelievable. Every time I scored a goal, there's I forget the name of the supporters club, which came from this village just outside. I forget for a minute. They come to my house when they said, we're going to give you something every time you score a goal. So this Monday night they came to the villa and they give me a wine and a wrapped up a bottle of wine and this chuleta, whatever. Have you ever had one?
Meat.
It's like if you're vegetarian, turn your fucking phone off. It's like getting a cow, cutting it in half there, and then just taking that piece and going, there you go. It's massive piece of meat. It's about that thick. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's fantastic. You know, all you do.
I might have scored a few out there.
I might have done that. On the table.
I love me cooking, so all you do is like you put. So they give me this every goal I scored. So you put it under the grill and you put some oil on, some salt and pepper, and you grill it, and then you flip it over, and then they opened the bottle of wine up. It was 1958 bottle of Siglo Rioja. That was the year I was born. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's why I scored 40 fucking goals.
I imagine waking up after scoring that trick and like you just hear, you might as well have it all. Somebody shouting at night.
All the cows are going, that Aldridge hasn't scored again.
2 cows that feel up. How did they get on it? We always scored 2. Oh, fucking hell. No, that's Dolly done.
Yeah, but to be honest, they're great people. Brilliant people. I went back there, God, it must have been some 8 years, I think, ago now. I forgot. And I got half-time, went on the pitch, and they all stayed behind. And one of the most emotional parts of my life. I look at when I left Liverpool, my last game, and there's different parts when you get really emotional. I realised what I did for the club and what I meant to the fans, and it was just, you know, the regrets I've got. I don't have many regrets. I talked about Brian Laws, and that's a big regret. But big regret is not being able to stay at that club for longer, because they deserve more goals from me, the way they treated me.
Do you know, like back in the day, obviously you were an old school striker. Do you think you were so successful in Spain because there were nobody else like you?
Yeah, but it's the one thing I didn't like out there at times, and you got international football when they spit at you, but didn't have nothing. Didn't I? I remember Colin Addison was my manager at Newport County, Addo. And all of a sudden, he's at Cadiz trying to keep them up. And we the end of this season, we're playing Cadiz away. And he knows me. I react. Anyone hits me, I've got to get them back. It's just the way it's in my blood because of where I was brought up from. You know, no one, you don't hit anyone unless they hit you, then you've got to stand up for yourself. Anyway, they had this centre half, and we played shit today against Cadiz. We played crap. But this centre half all through the game, he's just looking at me, he's going, little spits in my face. And I'm looking at him, I'm saying all words like, you know, your mother's this, your granny's this, you know, your brother's this. That's the way you speak in Spanish, yeah. So I'm just, and he's just knew nothing. Because Collins told him to wind me up and I'll react and get sent off, because that's what, but it didn't. They made it 1-0 with about 25 minutes to go. You might be able to put this out, actually. So with about 8 minutes to go, he goes to me. So I went. Like a guns went. Fuck off. He didn't do it the last 10 minutes. I just wish he'd have done it in the first 10 fucking minutes so he didn't do it all again. Yeah. Sorry about that. But look, I shouldn't react like that, because two wrongs don't make a right.
You've got to give it, you've got to take it.
Yeah. You might have to put that out because it's disgusting. But look, you don't let anyone fuck with you. Yeah. You've got to have
I think you do well to last till 80.
Yeah.
I think the first, I might be off.
Well, that's it.
I might be off.
It's horrible, isn't it? We can get, it's mad because in our game, you can kick you, they can punch you down, but they don't spit in your face.
Yeah.
And they knew that was cheap, like.
Thing is, you take the win on points there. He's gone quantity. The little spits, you've just gone quality one
quality finish.
one quality lube.
The fact that he didn't do it for the last 10 minutes, I'm thinking, I should have done it in the first half.
We'll get on to your management, but you know, when you did leave, was there more clubs interested? Because you dropped to the Championship at Tranmere, with Tranmere. Was it just home was a non-negotiable? You needed to come back to Liverpool?
No, negotiable. Howard Wilkinson watched that Barcelona game when I scored the 3-1 game. And I thought Leeds, I've always had a liking for Leeds, a massive respect for Leeds. Because I remember the Leeds team of the 70s, I used to watch them against Liverpool, go to Leeds. They were a great side, fantastic side.
Again, it's the passion again. And
yeah, and the Leeds fan, I get it with them. And I was hoping at the time they'd come in for me, but he didn't. And I waited. And Johnny King, I didn't have an agent. I wasn't interested in agents, especially after Cockroach. So Johnny King sort of got to know on the grapevine with Peter Johnson, who's a Liverpool fan and Tranmere fan. And they came out to watch me play one of my last games and check on me. And then they phoned, I spoke to them, and Peter in particular, he said where Tranmere wanted to go. The fact that, you know, they've just gone up, but they're looking to go up, do the ground out, and it's on my doorstep. And he sold the club to me, you know, brought in some really good players, Pat Nevin, Gary Stevens, amongst others, some really good players. And we hit the bar 3 times. You got knocked out in the playoffs 3 times, and it was all done. Otherwise, we would have got the Premiership.
Yeah.
But my family was more important than me. And we were at home then, back at home. Yeah. And the kids were settled in school. You know, my wife was by her mum and dad, who she's very close to. I was by my mum and dad. And it was, I never regret the 10 years there. I love Tranmere, still love Tranmere.
I imagine, was it a big contract drop?
Obviously. Yeah, money was money wasn't in the collusion. No, it was massive. I took 10% of what I was on in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10%.
The
took a
point
90%
you're
drop.
trying to make, Chris, is you'd have thought you'd have been able to have your pick of anybody, wouldn't you? Maybe not Liverpool because of the thing, but any club, do you think?
I think my age might have put teams off.
How old were you when you came back?
I came back in 91, so I was 32.
32.
And I played till I was 3 months shy of 40. So I was lucky in a way because I was never. It's like Mo now, Liverpool doesn't get injured. I never really got injured. I was very lucky that I played throughout my career. A few little injuries, but nothing really tough.
How did you find being player manager?
Yeah, that's hard because if you look at it like I'm really big mates with all the lads.
Transition.
Proper mates. Brilliant, great lads, fantastic lads. And then all of a sudden, I know, Johnny King got the sack and didn't tell anyone who was getting the job till this day after training. And he told them I was getting at the lads' faces. Fuck, they couldn't believe it. So I just said, well, just got to meet you all now. And I told the staff that they're going. They're not the Johnny King's henchmen. They're not going. And then we stayed up. We did well. We went unbeaten in the 6 games. And then the following season, I thought, I've got to come up with a plan here because when you've got to drop your mates, you know what I mean? It's not you've got to see things. So I started the season off well, scoring a few goals, no problem. And then I went a couple of games without a goal, so I dropped myself purposely. So that, when the lads come in and see me, if you drop yourself after 3 goals in 4 games, well, your standards are set.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. One thing I remember from that spell was probably late 90s was the cup runs.
Yeah.
What can you put that down to?
I don't know, we didn't have... See, I brought... I don't know, we had to sell to survive. We had to bring in 2 million every year by selling likes of Allen and other players and Jeb Brannan, and we had to sell to survive. And then the only way I could bring players in, like I brought Paul Rideout in on a free, Stewie Barlow, I brought my mate Dave Kelly, Ned, Wayne Allison, I paid 220 grand, Mickey Mellon, I paid 200 grand for. But I think I sold over £10 million worth of players in the 5 years, which was a lot for them to survive. So I couldn't build a team, which I wanted to build. And the players I got in, they were brilliant. Absolutely first class. Everyone was first class. But in the league, what fucked us really, we were a cup side. Like we got to the final of the League Cup, Wellington Cup, and 2 quarter-finals of the FA Cup. But in the cup games, we didn't half-raise it. The lads raised the standard. And then the following weekend, when we played in the league, we used to beat all the top teams. I'm not sure I could go through the list. We beat loads of the top teams. So when you're playing, like, just say Barnsley, for instance, the game after, they're going to go, they just beat so-and-so the week. Let's show them. And we're on it up. And it's hard to keep at that standard. When the other team want to make a stand and just say, we just beat the team, we just beat Everton 3-0 at Goodison Park or something.
Must have been frustrating.
And I think that made it really tough for us, We were a cup team. We weren't a great league team. We struggled in the league.
I remember the Southampton one.
Mad.
Yeah, you tell us about that?
Yeah. We drew with Southampton. We just beat Everton 3-0 at Goodison Park in the 4th round. 5th round was Southampton away. We drew 0-0 at the Dan. And then we brought them back here. But on the Sunday, I was in this pub on a Sunday, funny enough. And with the lads, we had the Sunday crew. We were going to have a few pints. And the draw come up. Southampton or Tranmere versus Liverpool. And this place is erupted. And they're going, I said, we haven't beat Southampton yet, know what I mean? So at half time, it's Southampton, Tranmere 0, Southampton 3. I remember Sheed saying that when they scored the 3rd goal, he said, look at Glenn Hoddle on the side, doing high fives on the side. And I'm going, yeah, I can't look, you know what I mean? So I went in the dressing room. And I've done something that I've never ever done. I didn't pick on the young lads. I picked on the older lads. And the fact that we're playing Liverpool, they've let themselves down, to let the club down. All the people around the world, billions of people watching this because they want to see who Liverpool's next game is. And I had a proper go at the older lads. And I seen they had the floor on their right-hand side. So I said to Stu Barlow, get on the shoulder and just delve into that area. Let's play more balls down there. Anyway, went 3-1, 3-2, and their arse fell out. And the crowd, and 3-all, and then 4-3. It was unbelievable. It was just a nutty game. Gerard Houllier said this, it's the best game he's ever seen in his whole life. He said, Gerard Houllier, he was in the stand. He said, it was just magnificent. So,
that's one of the Rovers stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, we were a cup team. Then we played Liverpool, and then I always remember Liverpool game. We used to have a staff meeting, and I'm thinking, we beat Everton playing a different system, 3, and then Southampton 3. But then I went 4. I think I went 4 at the back at Southampton. So talking to my staff, and I'm saying, I think I've got to go 3 at the back here with Liverpool because the way they played, the lads and all that, I've got to cover with Michael and Robbie up front. I said, and then they said, no, go with 2, at the back. And I went with their way of thinking. I give them a bit too much respect, I think. And Liverpool hurt us in them areas. Anyway, that was my fault, but we got beat 4-2.
No disgrace, though, is it really?
No
disgrace.
No. To be fair, we were all happy. The club made a shed load of money and helped us, survive for a while. But my last game was against Barnsley, your team, as manager. Spacker's my old mate. Nigel Spacker was the manager. Yeah, good mate, still is good mates. And
I might have fucking played in that.
What?
I might have played in that.
We were winning 2-0 half time. We pummeled them, and then
towards the end of the
Shipley
season,
scored. Shipley scored the win, and then you scored 3 goals later on in the game, and it was my last straw. I was on the ground and ready to get beat up. You know what I mean? I was gone.
But I'm looking at this, and you're working on a shoestring budget. You've done so well in the cups. You're punching above your weight, and you haven't managed again. Was that your choice, or
I didn't get many offers, and the offers I got were similar to what I was at the Tranmere. I would have took another job with West Brom Wolves, Boltons, that type of, like a sleeping giant, Preston, Premier Preston North End, that type of thing, where you've actually got money coming in, where you can go and get players instead of selling to survive. I'd have had another go, but that didn't happen. It was
strange that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I was a fucking nutter. As a manager, I was going
to say, I don't think Bolton would have had you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I could write a book on the manager. Some things, because I'm very passionate. And you talk about the sideline instance against Maxwell. That's me because I was just crackers at times, as a manager. I remember playing Wolves this day. First game of the season, Molyneux. They had a really good team. And the referee was shite, as most of them are now. Anyway, he gives them a penalty with about 5 minutes to go, and I'm on the sideline like that, and it's not a pen. And I've picked up, the trays where you've got your drinks in like that, 8 drinks in, and I've picked it up and I've gone, bah! And he shot out like a Johnny Seven, going, and one twatted the linesman. One went, fucking linesman. Next minute, I didn't throw it. I didn't mean it. Next minute, the referee comes out and it sends me off. And that's the type of thing that I did. I was just crackers. I just couldn't help myself. I was managed like I played off the cuff a little bit. And I was just mad and so passionate, just desperate, and I had the desire to win every single game.
I don't think we were rolling before when we were saying on the field against Bolton. Stopped us getting the 100 points, 100 goals.
That's right, yeah.
You went over to the fans.
I went over to the fans. That was my last game of the season when I just managed. And the Bolton fans would give me loads of stick. They'd give me loads of stick in the game. But I didn't realise that Bolton and Tranmere, because of a playoff game, they hated each other, didn't they? A big rivalry there. And didn't really know how much of it, but the Bolton fans really slaughtered me, scouts of this, scouts of that, all the game. And I'm playing manager, and they were winning 2-1 with minutes to spare. And we scored a really good goal. Lee Jones stopped them getting 100 points. They got the 100 goals, didn't get 100 points. But all the game, they slaughtered me. So that was the last kick of the game. So I've clapped all our fans, and I've gone to the Bolton fans like that. I said, you're going up, but you're coming back down. He went fucking berserk, by the way. Even Colin Toddy, who I played with Toddy in Oxford for a few games, he come over and said, look, that's the way they wouldn't have banter. I'll give banter back. Because it is banter. Yeah. It's only banter. But I was right. They went down the following year. They've never forgot it since.
When Clint Hill got sent off against Leicester.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. I'm nuts. That might be one of the reasons why no one ever wanted me. But when we're playing Leicester in the cup final, Clint Hill's great, a great lad, Clint. And I could see he was a future captain and everything. And Emil Esky turned him. We were getting beat 1-0, Emil Esky. So to turn them, and he upheld them. To be fair, Emil made the most of it, as he did, strikers do. And the referees sent Clint off. Clint's only 20, he's a kid. Wembley, the biggest day of his life. I've gone, I'm so heartbroken for him. So he's got sent off. So he's on his way off. So I'm on the bench like that, and there's a player there, Zagorakis. Clapping, Clint gets sent off. Soft ass me, I've gone, reacted, slapped him. Didn't punch him, slapped him.
But he fell off his head.
Slapped him. And then I realised the royal box is fucking there. And the FA's there.
Sorry, Mum.
I don't know, Prince or whatever, princess, whoever's there on the fucking royalist fan. I haven't got a clue they're there. And they've all seen it, haven't they? I did apologise after the game, but I said, look, we don't do that. You might do that in Greece. I said, we don't do that here. That lad's only 20 years of age, but I'm really sorry about reacting the way I did. I'm nuts. No, I just can't help myself sometimes. Well, I couldn't. I'm a little bit better now. Like. I'm getting to the age when you've got to be.
So you got to crack.
How long before that love? Because obviously you're doing a lot at Liverpool now, the media work and stuff. Whilst you were in Spain, did the love come back again? And then when you're back in living in Liverpool, and obviously you still love the club. It's a bit.
Oh yeah, it's inbred in me. You know, when I was a kid, I used to write to Bill Shankly. I got letters back off Bill Shankly. Unfortunately, when I went to Newport, my mum threw all the stuff. I had boxes of stuff in Liverpool, had all the programmes from 1957s and everything, load. But Mum wanted to get rid of them all. I had so much stuff. Shankly sent me letters back on his typewriter the way he did, and I was just Liverpool nuts. And then obviously I go to do the commentaries with Radio City, home and away, which is back into me then. And I'm a little bit like a teenager. I'm a dickhead at times now. I'm like a teenager watching Liverpool because I'm now like I was as a teenager. It's mad.
Is it right you did it? Was it a DNA test?
Yeah. I've done that a while ago, maybe a year and a half ago or something. Because you've got like Scousers, you've got Mancunians, you've got Glaswegians, you've got Geordies, you've got Cockneys who play for Republic of Ireland. But what happened? It's not our fault that all our ancestors had to leave because of the potato famine, the suppression, or they to find work to survive and had to come over to this country to survive. It's not our fault. You know, we are. As far I'm as Irish as my Scouser. So I've been called a plastic paddy like all of us for years by certain dickheads or whatever. So I got this DNA set. Me and my missus, she's more Irish than me. But when I got it, I was shitting my pants. I'm thinking, please don't be more English than Irish.
Give me a percentage.
Well, when I say English, I can take Scouse, but not English. With all due respect, I'm not saying nothing bad about English. So I went like that, and there was 2% Swedish, 2% Danish. That's the Vikings, you know, that went in. Yeah, as they went, conquered everything. And then I went 9% Scottish. I love that. Celtic's my second side. I love that. And then you go like that, and I went 41% English and 46% Irish. You hope that makes 100, by the way.
we know what you mean. There's 112% on Aldridge here.
But yeah,
17% dyslexic.
It's like Christmas Day. Honestly, I was made up. I think my missus was 49% Irish. Yeah, so yeah.
Brilliant, man.
I'm still working. I'm definitely more Irish than English.
Yeah. Oh, well, I wouldn't say English. I say Scouse. You know, I can take that on. I mean, it's just the way things have developed over the last 30 years of my life, I think.
Well, thanks very much.
Yeah,
for
thank you
coming
very
on.
much for coming on.
That was brilliant, that.
If you
Really
got the
enjoyed it.
shout, would you go on Masked Singer?
No. Especially if they heard my voice. No.
You're a fucking winner. You're a past winner.
No, I've got it there. Yeah. No, I've got it there.
Who's your paddle partner, by the way? Because me and John are looking for...
Sammy Lee.
We'll take
Little
it.
Sammy.
Fucking hell, making you lob him, can't you?
That's what happens. The first time we played, the same fucking hell, Sammy. They're lobbing you, the girls. We played the two ex-Liverpool ladies every week. Oh, it's a class, though. It's a great game, innit? It's better than the workout, going to the gym and running like a daft cunt on the fucking...
Brilliant, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
John.
Thanks a lot.